So it's been about 3 years since I started this channel, and during that time I've had a lot of people ask me to show off my hardware and show kind of what I use. So what I'm going to do is take you on a tour of the studio. Hope you guys enjoy it, and if you do, hit the like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'm going to show you all my stuff. It's weird. Alright guys, I've never done anything like this before, so forgive me if it's all kind of messed up. But we're going to take you a little bit tour around the room, kind of explore the studio space. We'll start over here in the far corner. It has no meaning to you. We're just starting a corner. Just kind of talk about some of the wall art. So one thing about being in the military for as long as I was is you're going to collect just a ton of stuff. This is probably maybe a quarter or less of all the stuff that I have. But you know, things that you get from different units when you leave, and you know, just stuff that you accumulate. So got that kind of scattered around the walls to fill in some spaces. So again, here in the corner, I've got my display case. So I like to do miniature painting, you know, figures and stuff, like Warhammer type stuff. I don't do it as much as I used to, as much as I probably want to, and I'm definitely not as good as I used to be. I used to do a little bit of commission work, kind of started before I started this channel. I'd like to get back into it. I do it a little bit on Twitch. You can see me do it over there occasionally. Not as much as I'd like to. But hopefully we'll get into more of that soon. I've thought about starting another channel to kind of do that stuff, but starting a new channel from scratch, it's a lot of pain. So I don't know, if you give me 1,000 likes in this video, and then we'll talk about starting a channel. But I'll kind of just show you some of the stuff here in the display case. Now, one of the things is a gas mask that was given to me as a gift when I was leaving a unit. It's kind of a long, funny story about it. Maybe I'll tell it sometime. And then in the case, I've got just a few figures that I've done. Of course, if you're anything like me, you've done figure painting. You've done a ton of figures. So this is like 1% of all the stuff that I've done. But just kind of put some of my favorites in the display case. And then I've got some other just weird stuff that I've gotten over time. I'm going to take you back around the rest of the room, kind of show you some other stuff, but first I do want to show you this week's sponsor. Babbel is a language app that will help you to listen, read, and speak in a variety of new languages. Babbel's lessons are designed by real language teachers and have been scientifically proven to help you speak a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Planning a trip overseas, connecting with loved ones in their native tongue, or just advancing your career to get along better in the workplace, Babbel has you covered. With lessons, games, videos, podcasts, and even online classes with Babbel Live, Babbel gives you the tools to start conversing in a new language today. They have a variety of subscription plans available, including a lifetime subscription. For me, the real benefit is when flying through Miami, finding out if the flight attendants are talking about me. The Babbel app is easy to use. Just a few minutes a day with your phone, and you're on your way to learning a new language. And with its ability to download lessons, you can continue your learning offline wherever you may be. To get started today with Babbel, just click on the link below and save up to 60% off with your new subscription. Get started learning a new language today, and thanks again to Babbel. Okay, the other side of the room, display case is kind of in front of me now. This is all my nerd stuff. So this is my 3D printing station. I've got two different 3D printers. Both of them are Anycubic Photons, I think. One's just a paperweight right now. The other was I bought probably 6 months ago. It's a little bit faster. Which, if you know anything about 3D printing, it is essentially its own hobby. So there's a lot of stuff that comes with it. It's kind of a messy hobby, to be honest with you. And then next to it is my spray booth, just homemade spray booth for airbrush. I've also got a homemade kind of case for the 3D printer to keep all the fumes out and funnels the fumes out of here. And then just all my paints and all the tools that I use for doing modeling, which again I never really do as much as I'd like to. I've also got quite a bit of nerd stuff kind of up here, just some random stuff that I found or built, or boxes from games that I've used to play or maybe don't play or just kind of had. One cool thing is this Kiowa cyclic. So this is actually a real cyclic stick from a OH-58 Delta, which I got years ago, and then some just kind of random stuff as well. All right, and then I guess it's time to see where the magic happens as far as like DCS content creation and all that jazz. It is a mess, okay, so don't judge me too harshly on my, you know, my cable management or cable mismanagement, as it were. It's always kind of a work in progress, especially when I get some new stuff, which I'm actually looking at 3 boxes right now, which were just sent to me, so we'll be seeing some more about that here real soon, about what's in those boxes. But yeah, so here it is. We'll start at the bottom. We've got the ACE pedals from Virpil. I like those because they've got the toe brakes on them, which is pretty helpful. Next set, of course, is my computer. I'll put the stats on here because I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but it is a 4090. It's liquid cooled. It's got the 13th gen. It's got 64 gigallion emicrons of RAM. So it can barely run DCS. I've got a VKB Gunfighter III Ultimate, which is like the really heavy one, the metal one. I had the Gunfighter 3 before that, which is kind of plasticky one. I liked it fine, but you can do a little bit more with the Ultimate, with the metal one. Looking at the collective, some of you might be seeing this collective and wondering why I've never seen it on fourth. You probably haven't, because it's a prototype. So somebody sent me that collective when they were planning to build some, and then the issues with getting microchips and all that other stuff started going on like a year and a half ago or so. So it kind of stalled that program. I don't know if he's going to come out with it. I really like the collective. I hope he does. I think it'll be a great addition. I do have VR. A lot of people always comment on my videos, you should play VR. Well, I do, but making content with VR is pretty difficult. But I do have a G2 reverb. Let's see, the throttle is a Virpil Mongoose. I've got the Total Control MPDs for the Apache, which were sent to me by Total Controls to do a review on. You've probably seen that video. And then next to that is the Cube Sim. Gosh, I can't remember what it's called. If I remember, I'll put it in the thing, but it's basically the F-18. I only use the screens. I don't use the main like UFC or whatever it's called, just because it's just so bulky and I don't have space for it. For the microphone, I do have a Shure SM7B with all the accoutrement, which is not cheap. Audio is really painfully expensive. 2 monitors. I've got the large ultra wide, I think it's 36 inch, I can't quite remember. And then just a little crappy monitor on the side so I can monitor chat during, you know, Twitch and things like that. I do use Track IR. It's actually a very old Track IR. Track IR 5, but I've had it forever. And then some lights to help out with streaming, and then the camera I'm using right now is generally what I use, but it's a Panasonic Lumix, I think. Yeah, G7, something like that. I'm bad about remembering the names of all the equipment that I have. I also have a laptop. I use that on the road if I'm doing any sort of editing or something like that, or sometimes I stream on the road playing games that aren't DCS, because it will probably struggle with that. And then last thing, I guess, is the chair, which is from eWin. I'll put the link down, code down there. You can use a code. I don't get any money from it, but you can use the code and get a discount. I think it's also on my main page information or whatever, so you can take a look at it there. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Guys been asking for this video for a long time, so hopefully it answers a lot of your questions. Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, that's all we got. So thanks for watching. We'll see you.